Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Zoomer Sports Radio, episode number 28. And in today's episode, the wait is over, the anticipation has arrived, all the questions will be answered in just a matter of hours. Tonight is the 2020
It's probably the
NBA
least
Draft.
anticipated draft of all time.
Let's go! NBA Draft!
Yeah, and tonight, obviously not the most talented draft of all time, but that will make it one of the most interesting because there are a lot of question marks. I mean, this is probably one of the first years in a while there's not a consensus number one overall pick, so it's going to be really interesting to see some of the choices made, not just deep in the second round, even at the top of the draft board.
Oh, for sure. And as always, we're joined by Will, who is unfortunately not in the studio. He is right there. Will, what do you got for us?
Yeah, and I'm not in the studio today. That's it. That's all I got.
Alrighty. Pat, so do you want to inform the listeners and viewers what we're doing today?
Yeah, so today we're going to be giving a mock draft. We thought it would be not necessary to do the whole 60 pick draft, so we're just going to do the lottery picks because that's really the top of the board where teams are really going to have an impact based on their selections. So we're just going to go with the lottery picks, what we would do if we were the teams, and draft who we think they should take, and then give a little analysis as to why we're drafting them there and how they'll help the team, obviously, this upcoming season and going forward.
Alrighty, Pat, do you want to kick us off with the number one pick in the draft? The Minnesota Timberwolves are on the clock.
Yes, and I brought my Jimmy Butler jersey to represent the Minnesota Timberwolves, no longer on the team, but we're here right now. This will be the jersey awarded to whoever gets selected by the Timberwolves. So they're on the clock, and without further ado, with the first pick in the 2020 NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves will select Anthony Edwards, shooting guard out of Georgia. Obviously, the Bulldogs did not have a great season this year. However, I was able to see Anthony Edwards play extremely well in the Maui Invitational, where he played against great competition like Michigan State and Dayton. I mean, it's not like he was just putting up numbers against, lousy teams. I mean, he was going up against talents like Obi Toppin, Cassius Winston in Michigan State, and he was just a really exciting player to watch from what I saw. Even though his team did not perform well in the tournament, I definitely knew coming out of that tournament he was one of the best players entering this draft, and I think that he's the safest selection at number one, given health, size, ability. He can shoot. For his size, I mean, he's a pretty well-sized shooting guard, and I think he can do a little bit of everything. So I like this pick for Minnesota.
Yeah, for sure. Pat, I'm also going to go with Anthony Edwards for the number one selection. Listen, I mean, he averaged 19 and 5 in college. That was pretty good. Shot 40% from the field. And, I mean, a little shaky from beyond the arc, less than 30%. But, I mean, I think he can make good strides with D'Angelo Russell and Cat in Minnesota. I think that's a good system for him.
No question.
Will, who do you got?
You know how I got it, Moody. I'm going to go with LaMelo Ball.
Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh.
Terrible. LaMelo's not going number one.
It's a wasted pick.
Basketball League. Best passer in the draft. I mean,
Okay, I can't really.
Bro, he was playing against, professional plumbers in Australia. Are you kidding me?
Bro, it's still professional basketball players. His vision is, insane. He's a great ball handler. I've got some notes on him that I took right here. I said, good rebounder for his position. I mean, he's a guard, but he's big, and the biggest knock on him is his defense, but he's big, he's quick. I think he'll translate fine to the NBA for deep defense.
All right.
Okay.
I still don't think why you take Ball at the first pick. I feel like he's just a distraction in the locker room. That's just me. That's just my thought. That's why I'm not taking LaMelo at
Anthony
one.
Edwards is the one who said he doesn't watch basketball and wants to play in the NFL and be a rapper. So I mean, not LaMelo. That was Anthony Edwards.
All right. I think for the way we should do the picks is I announced my selection first. I think we should go. Then you announce
and then
your
Will
second,
will,
and then Will announce the third pick
out
first, and then
every time.
Yeah, just go in that order.
All right, Pat.
All right.
So you're announcing first.
I'm announcing first. You're up. Just same order as first one.
Okay, fine. So with the second pick in the 2020 NBA draft, the Golden State Warriors will be selecting James Wiseman, center who played a few games at Memphis.
3 games at Memphis.
Yes.
He played Oregon. That's it.
Two of which was University of Illinois, Chicago, and some other trash can. I mean,
South Carolina State.
Yeah.
Now,
And they won 97-64 in that game. They beat UIC 92-46. I mean,
Some real shootouts there.
now,
they lost to Oregon in the one game too, so he lost his only good game.
so
I mean,
anyway,
I'm not gonna put that on him though. But anyway, go ahead.
back to Wiseman. You know, he's obviously a center, not a particularly great shooter. A lot of guys at his position probably have the makings of potentially becoming a bust. However, this guy was the number 1 player coming out of high school. And I know in past years, the number 1 player has not, I mean, other than Ben Simmons and Anthony Davis, haven't really done that great. And stood
Harrison
out.
Barnes has had a good career.
Yeah, solid players.
He's won a championship.
Andrew Wiggins, Harrison Barnes, you know, solid players, never really top of the class. But I think in this draft class, he has the chance to be one of the best because it's not a particularly strong class, as we previously mentioned. And his size and athletic ability, I mean, forget the fact that he can't shoot. I think that his athleticism should be fine. I think if he gets in a system like the Warriors, where clearly, I mean, that's a winning environment, so he's going to be able to contribute to a championship team. Because, I mean, I don't even know. Is Kevon Looney still in the Warriors?
No,
I
he's
don't
not.
think so. Yeah, so they clearly need a center. So when you got Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, I mean, that's a good 4.
Oh yeah, Kevon Looney is still on, but he's only 6'9".
Yeah, so with Wiseman's 7 foot, I'm pretty sure.
He's 7'1".
Yeah, so
240, 7'1".
I mean, coming out of high school, we knew he was going to be something special. He won the Gatorade Player of the Year. Obviously, only played a few games in college, but I mean, take Michael Porter Jr. for example. He only played 3 games, and he was on injured for his whole rookie year, and then he's coming back with the Nuggets, and he contributed great to their playoff run. So
I thought the Bulls should have taken Porter. That's just me.
same. I was watching that draft. I was like, why isn't anyone taking him? He's wide open. The Clippers passed on him twice. Anyway,
But did they get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander though?
well, he's not. They got Shea Gilgeous. They got SGA, and then they got I think Jerome Robinson.
Jerome Robinson,
So-
Boston College.
Yeah.
So that was a bad pick, but Shai was a great pick. He's done so well.
Oh, no question. And
Oh, they dealt him for Paul George. So
I know.
That wasn't that great a trade.
no, Thunder definitely won that trade. But anyway, going back to what I was comparing Wiseman to Porter, just because you only play a few games in college doesn't mean that's not all your draft stock that's going to be lost. Sure, it could hurt your case, but like this guy can play. Let's not take that away from him. He's a real player, and he's going to be able to make impact right away because the Warriors clearly need a center.
I mean, as I'm sure you guys can tell, Will and Pat are definitely the basketball insiders for Zoomer Sports. They definitely know way more than I do. But second pick, I'm also going with Wiseman. The Warriors need a center. They don't have a single guy called 6'10" on their whole team, and it's Alen Smailagic from Serbia. Never even heard of him. I think Wiseman fits here, but what I would like to see is the Bulls trade up to get Wiseman. That's what I would like to see. Will, you're up.
All right. I'm probably going to get grilled for this one, but I'm going to go with the Big O, Onyeka.
Oh no!
No.
He's like an 8th pick.
No, dude, he's my favorite center in this draft. I mean, just watch him. He's like insane, just hopping around the rim. I mean, he's good in the post. He's good around the rim. He handles the ball like he's a power forward. I mean, he's a little small for his size. I mean, he can't really shoot, but I think he'll grow into his defense as well. So I like him.
Definitely a bold pick.
I don't
Alright.
like that, but Pat, you're on number 3.
With the third pick in the 2020 NBA draft, the Charlotte Hornets will be selecting, and this is what I have.
Wait, I got breaking news.
Wojbomb?
Wojbomb.
You said you would turn off
Sixers
notifications.
trade not until the draft. Sixers trade Al Horford and a first-round pick and a second-round pick for Danny Green.
That's not true. Danny Green already got Wait, did they?
To the Thunder. Al Horford's to the Thunder. Plus
Yeah,
a
because
first
I was
and
gonna
second.
say, did the Dennis Schroeder, Danny Green trade ever go through? Apparently it did, and now that's
Yeah.
getting traded again.
I don't
It
know
doesn't
what
go
I-
through till tonight, but it's a.
I
Wait,
This is yeah.
so just to be clear, none of the lottery picks got affected by this trade, correct?
Correct.
Okay, good.
I don't know
Anyway,
if I like that pick because who's? I mean, they got Embiid. I can see that now.
the Sixers were trying to go for James Harden, so I don't know why they.
I
would
thought
make
the
that trade.
Sixers should have traded Tobias Harris.
I say they should have
I mean,
traded Simmons.
it's a pure salary dump. It's a.
I
Salary
know it's a
dump.
salary dump.
Plus, I mean, it's one of the worst salaries in the league. Yeah,
I'm surprised they haven't tried to move Simmons yet.
Thunder get another.
Simmons and
first
Embiid
rounder.
just don't click.
They don't.
They need to move on from one of them, and I think you move on
You
from Simmons.
you can't have two big guys who are not great shooters. You just can't, especially when one of them's your point guard.
And you can get a lot more. I feel like for Simmons and maybe.
I feel
not.
like you could get more for Embiid
Yeah, you're right on that. But I'm like,
because Simmons is still. I think Simmons is still on his rookie deal.
You could definitely get a lottery pick for
you-
Simmons.
You can get way more for Embiid.
Yeah. Anyway, back to the draft. With the third pick, I have the Hornets taking. This is where I have LaMelo Ball going.
I also have LaMelo here, so
I-
you can give the rationale.
You know, there's a lot of speculation. We were talking about it ourselves before the draft. You know, will Jordan take LaMelo? But I think they have to. I think that a talent like him at the third pick is appropriate, and I think the Hornets need a point guard. I mean, is Terry Rozier really going to be the point guard for the next?
They have Devontae Graham.
Devontae Graham, I think, is more of a naturally a 2, so I would put him at the shooting
Yeah,
guard.
but he'll probably slide to the 2, but
Yeah, and he was
Rozier to the bench if they pick him.
Yeah,
But
Rozier, I don't think he's like right in the middle of should they drop him or should they go with him, you know. I think that they need a point guard, so I take LaMelo here. I mean, as you alluded to, Will, earlier, his size is outstanding for a guy with his ball handling ability. I mean, freshman year in high school, he was like 5'8". I mean, just watching Chino Hills run the offense, I mean, he just looked like a midget out there. But now he's gone through a massive growth spurt, and it's really helped his draft stock. And I guess a lot of you would say that playing in the Australian League might be a disadvantage because he's not getting accustomed to playing.
I
with-
think it is. I think he's playing as professional, like plumbers and carpenters.
I mean, but at the same time, he's still playing against professional
Cody, have you ever
basketball
have you
players.
ever watched LaMelo Ball play in the Australian League?
Nah, I watched him in where was he before?
So how do you know that they're?
He was in
how do you know
Lithuania.
that
Wait,
Oh,
no,
yeah,
that was
Lithuania.
that was LiAngelo.
No, Lamelo was with him in Lithuania.
He was, yeah.
I remember seeing
Yeah,
him in
that's
Lithuania.
a way worse league than the Australian League.
Didn't LaMelo briefly play at the Spire Institute or something like that? Because I
Yeah,
remember him
I
playing
think
with
he
Rob
did.
Bob.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rob Bob. Is that guy gonna go to the NBA?
Giraffe,
No way he goes to the NBA.
Giraffe Nick.
Dude, he's like 7'6", like 180.
He can't
he-
even stand up straight.
There's no way he goes to the NBA.
Running on the court is so funny.
No,
Anyway,
but like he can dunk without even jumping.
I know. Anyway, back to this LaMelo pick. I think that playing overseas might actually help him because, you know, while every other college basketball player, they also have to worry about studying as opposed to playing, even though players don't really
Oh.
go to class. Let's
You
just
kidding
put
me?
that out there.
You think anyone that plays for like Calipari or anyone goes
No.
to class? I think the only guys that actually go to class are probably the Duke guys and like the
Duke
North
guys.
Carolina guys because like they have to because like their college is so prestigious.
Yeah.
I assume the
Was it
UC
North Carolina, the one that got caught faking classes?
like they might have.
I think they were.
I saw something like you need like a 1.6 GPA to be eligible for classes, to be eligible to play or something like that. It was something really low.
I don't know. As Duke, you definitely have to because like the average like ACT to get into Duke's like a 35.
But back to my point.
There's also just go ahead, Pat.
Okay, back to my point. You know, LaMelo playing overseas, he was already playing professionally, so he just got to focus on basketball. And he is, I mean, as much as you want to crash down on how bad the Australian League is, he's still playing against professional athletes. So he gets a little bit of, not huge NBA exposure, but like kind of more of a preview than some of these college athletes
It's
would get to living
it's
the
still
real
worse
NBA
than
life.
Power 5, but
It's definitely
it's not-
worse
it's
than
not
Power
that
5.
bad.
All
What
right,
is?
What about is it better than the Big
the
East?
Australian League,
The Australian
Is it
League.
better than the Big East?
I'd say no.
I'd
I'd
say, okay.
Honestly, for basketball, I think it should be the Power 6. The Big East should definitely be considered a power conference.
Okay, I'm just gonna Power 6. I'd say the order goes ACC,
Big Ten this year.
Big Ten, then
This year's
SEC,
Big
ACC, Big Ten, SEC, Big 12, Pac-12, Big East.
Big East is that low? Are you kidding me? Big East is
No.
Pac-12. Better than
Big
Pac-12.
East is
Big,
like 2
Big
or
East is
3.
3. Big East is 3.
SEC is pretty deep. top
SEC
to
is
bottom.
literally just Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas, Florida.
Florida can be good.
It's those 4. Who else is good? South Carolina.
I
Had that
mean,
1 year. PJ.
they got
Dozier.
they would get like 8 teams in the NCAA tournament some years.
and they'd all
Alright, let's
lose
keep
in the
this
first
rolling.
round.
yeah, we're going way too slow. LaMelo Ball at 3. I like the pick. Hornets need a point guard.
Well, who you got?
I'll just do this quick. I took Anthony Edwards. You
Alright.
kind of already went in on him. I like him. Let's move. Keep it moving.
Pat, you're the
Fine.
4th pick. You had the Bulls.
4th pick. I have the Bulls. Well, maybe a little bit of a bold pick, but I have them taking Obi Toppin. You know, he really brought up his draft stock based on
I want him. I want Obi. Or
There you go.
James.
based on how Dayton played this season. I mean, he won the National College Player of the Year. I mean, he had an unbelievable season. Dayton was a legitimate national championship contender. Had the NCAA tournament happen, I think they would have been the Final Four. But I mean, he's a power forward with ridiculous handles. His energy is just amazing on the court. I mean, he's just every time he's on the court, he plays 100%. I mean, you can just see it. He has so much fun playing the game too. So I think the Bulls need someone like this who, for the last 5 years, or the last 3 years, it hasn't been that great. It hasn't been a lot of excitement for the Bulls. So they really need someone like Obi for on and off the court. I've been taking Obi Toppin.
Alright, for the 4th pick, as much as I would love Obi Toppin going to the Bulls, personally, I have him taking Denny Avdija because Will mentioned to me earlier today that the Bulls are looking at him. And what I found insane is, have you found stats? I'm on basketballreference.com and it says he only averaged 4 points in the EuroLeague.
No, that's in the EuroLeague, yeah, but the EuroLeague is I don't know. In his regular league, he averaged 15 or so.
Alright.
Well, he's also only playing 14 minutes a game. So the games, I don't know it only says he scored 105 points during the season. So I don't really know what league is basing it off of.
I don't know. That's my issue with this, but I've seen a lot of reports saying the Bulls want him, so that's why I'm taking him. Will, number 4.
Oh, number 4, I'm up?
Yeah.
All right. I think I already mentioned this on our text thread. I'm going to go Tyrese Halliburton here. He kind of reminds me of, and I don't think he's going to be he could be as good. He reminds me of SGA in that, he's not super fast. He's not, super athletic, but I don't know. He makes plays. He can pass. He can shoot. He's in good range. The weirdest form in the draft, though. Ugliest shooting form, but yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, so he's like the Markelle Fultz of this draft.
Hmm?
He's like the Markelle Fultz of this draft, Alonzo Ball.
No.
Well, you're talking about ugly
he's a good
shooting
shooter.
forms. Talking about ugly shooting
Okay, to be
forms.
fair, Lonzo's has improved significantly.
But when he was drafted, it was terrible.
Yeah.
It was god-awful.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right, on
No.
to the 5th pick.
Cleveland Cavaliers.
And this is where I have the Cleveland Cavaliers taking Denny. How do you say the last name?
Avdija.
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 Avdija. Yes, I have Cleveland taking him with the 5th pick. I mean, obviously, international players other than Luka Doncic and Dirk Nowitzki in the past. I mean, we've seen Darko Milicic didn't do so
terrible.
well. 2nd pick in the draft.
Andre Bargnani was a bust.
Andre Bargnani. Mario Hazonia. European players haven't had that much
Emmanuel Mudiay.
in the past, but I think that this guy, the Bulls are looking to take him. He's projected pretty high. Don't know a lot about this draft class. Don't know about him much either, but
I think the safer pick out of the 2 is Obi.
yeah, that's why I have him going 4th, and I have Denny going 5th. That's how I split his.
5th, I flip-flopped with you. I got Obi staying in the OK state of Ohio. Obi's going to go ship up to Cleveland and play for... Who even is the coach there? Because Beeline quit after 10 games.
Yeah, I don't know who the coach is.
The coach for the Cavs, I can tell you in about 3 seconds. If my computer loads. The coach for the Cleveland Cavaliers is J.B. Bickerstaff.
Oh, he was who is he the coach for? He was
Memphis Grizzlies.
That's right.
He's only 41, pretty young.
Mm-hmm. All right, Will, did you already say the fifth pick?
No.
Okay.
My
do you have
fifth pick
taken
is
there?
also going to be a weird one. All my picks are weird, but
He's gonna pick like.
I'm going to go Isaac Okoro. from
I
Auburn.
have him in the top 10, so that's not terrible.
Okay, well, he's my favorite defender in this draft. He's like an insane defender. He doesn't have a great shot. He needs to improve shooting. He's good around the rim, but he's just a good defender. He's a good ball handler as well. Pat.
Okay. At the sixth pick, I actually have the Hawks taking Isaac Okoro right here.
Right.
Questionable.
So I wasn't way off.
Yeah. So the Hawks, we know they got a point guard, Trae Young. We know they got a power forward / center in John Collins. They need some real talent in the wing. So I think that
They have Cam Reddish though.
Cam Reddish,
DeAndre Hunter, they like
he's
better
hit or
than
miss. DeAndre Hunter, we'll see if they can develop him. But I have the Hawks taking Okoro here. Like you said, just all over the place. He's where he needs to be. Gets his share of blocks and steals on defense. Very good defender overall. He's not a big stats guy in terms of rebounding, but he'll always be in there on every defensive play. Not a huge scorer, but I think that the Hawks could use someone like him just for some energy, and I think this is a good pick at this point. I think he's 6th overall pick. That's where I've been going.
6th overall pick. Will already took him over earlier. Center Onyeka Onagwu. Did I butcher that, Will?
Okongwu, I think. I just call him the Big O, so we just call him the Big O from now on.
The double O.
Yeah,
007.
something.
Oh yeah.
If he goes 7, we can call him 007.
Yeah. If he goes to Pistons, if he falls that low, because doesn't he have the injury concerns?
Yeah, but they're saying he's actually going to be ready for the
Regular
season
season.
now. So
All right.
he's
Will,
good.
who are you taking at the Hawks?
This is where I'll go Wiseman here. I still like him.
Wiseman at 6. Wiseman at 6.
That's really dropping. That seems like more of a prediction than what you would do.
If Wiseman is at 4 for the Bulls, they're taking him. If Wiseman is at 4, they're taking him. Guaranteed.
No.
Yeah.
That's not a guarantee.
Oh,
they could.
that is.
I'm not saying they won't.
If the Bulls have the 4th
It's
pick
not
and
a
Wiseman's
prediction,
available,
it's
that's
just
what they're
what I would
taking.
I never claimed this to be a prediction.
I would take Wiseman 4th pick if I was the Bulls. All right, Pat 7.
Okay.
Detroit
7th pick.
Pistons.
This is where I have them taking Tyrese Halliburton.
I have the same pick as you, so you give the rationale.
Yes. The Pistons, they waived Reggie Jackson, and they traded Andre Drummond. So there's
They
really
still have Derrick Rose.
I think Derrick Rose is I think he might be a free agent. I don't know if he is, but if he is, he was probably not
They
going to
still have
resign.
Derrick Rose, but he's hurt.
So yeah, I think for the future they need a point guard because they waived Reggie Jackson. So I have them taking Tyrese Halliburton. At Iowa State in college, he didn't have a great season this year, but last year, they won the Big 12 tournament. He looked amazing. He's a very good passer overall. Very good on defense and getting steals. Averages over a steal per game. And rebounds is not too bad either. Gets about 6 boards a game for a guard. That's very respectable. And I just think overall, he's a solid point guard and one of the best in the draft. And if the Pistons have an opportunity to take him, they should not pass it up.
All right, well, who does Dwayne Casey and the Pistons take here?
I'm not sure if Dwayne Casey's making decisions, but I'm going to go with Killian Hayes from France.
I haven't gone.
Any reaction on that one? He's
I have
from
Killian.
France. He's a good shooter, a good passer. He's basically good at pretty much everything. He's only 18. He's going to develop. I don't know.
That's a good pick.
I have Killian Hayes going at the 8th pick to the Knicks, which is the next pick. The Knicks have showed a pattern of picking foreign-born players with Kristaps and Frank Ntilikina. what was it?
Ntilikina.
Frank Ntilikina, thank you. But granted, they also have drafted R.J. Barrett and Kevin Knox, so they show a good diversity there,
Yeah,
diverse picks. But I like Killian Hayes here for this team.
absolutely.
Who do you have, Pat?
At this is number 8. This is where I have Onyeka Okongwu going. I mean, if I'm going to be honest, there's really not a bad pick here for the Knicks.
They got Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, and Bobby Portis, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think they got Kevin Knox. They're going to keep him. Ntilikina's a point guard, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he's 6'4".
Yeah, I think they're going to stick with him. The Knicks really could go any route this pick.
There's no guys that stand out on this team. It's just like a bunch of guys we thought were going to do good in the NBA that were good in college, like Dennis Smith, Julius Randle, R.J. Barrett. I mean, R.J. Barrett can still develop, but...
Yeah. I just think overall the Knicks they could go any direction because they pretty much have a little bit of something. It's just what they need to develop, what they think that their biggest need should be. And I think that I have them taking Onyeka here because I just think he's the best available player at this spot. And I think a center they could use.
All I can tell you is they're not going to get a lot of playing time with Tibbs as their head coach. I mean, we remember that in Chicago. Like, Jimmy Butler's rookie year, he barely played him.
Yeah, and then...
I mean, he became an all-star with Tibbs, so...
He's been such a better player ever since.
Yeah, all right, Will.
All right. Number 8, I'm going to go Patrick Williams, Florida State. Moody, you actually reminded me of him earlier, so I went back and watched some of his stuff. I mean, he's, like, really good at the rim. He's a pretty good defender. He just plays really hard on defense. I mean, he's a good playmaker. I mean, he's a decent passer. I wouldn't say that's gonna translate. I don't think he'll be like a passer at the next level, but I don't know. He's super athletic. I mean, high upside in my opinion.
Yeah. At pick number 9, you actually just gave the rationale. I actually do have Patrick Williams going number 9 to the Wizards. He's someone, as you mentioned, not the biggest stats guy. He's not going to get to the league because of, one specific skill he has, but the guy's super athletic, so he's going to get in based on the measurable stuff, the combine stuff. And I just think that, the Wizards could use a small forward. I think they definitely got a point guard if John Wall comes back. They definitely got shooting with Bradley Beal. Center maybe could be one of their needs, but again, I don't think there's a great center after Okongwu anywhere else in this draft. So I think that this is a pretty good pick right here, and I like the pick with them taking Williams.
I mean, you said it perfectly. I have Williams at 9, so Will, Washington Wizards. Who's going along with Brad? Is Bradley Beal a free agent? Or is
I think
John
that
Wall a free agent?
No.
John Wall's coming back, and they said that they don't have plans to trade Beal.
All right, so yeah, who's going to join them? I think it's Pat Williams.
I already took Pat.
He just
Pat
took
Williams.
Patrick Williams.
No, who'd you take at 9?
Oh.
For the Wizards.
I thought you said that. Okay. I'm gonna take Danny Avdia. We
Man,
kind of
he's
already
got a
went
bunch of
over
guys
this.
falling.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's necessarily like great at anything really. I mean, he's a good playmaker. I mean, he just needs to develop a jumper. I think he still could be good. He's so raw though. I mean, he won't be a right away. Like he's not gonna be like playing right away like big minutes. But I don't know. He could develop into something.
All right. At number 10, the Phoenix Suns.
Oh, he's getting the Shaq
Yes.
jersey. He's getting the Shaq jersey.
Shaquille O'Neal.
You know what? For the
Phoenix
Bulls,
jersey.
I got the Dennis Rodman going. I didn't show for the Bulls, but I've worn this
saw
on
it.
the show before, so.
Yeah.
And well, who's your Celtics jersey? Is that Tatum?
No, it better not be
Kemba Walker.
Kemba Walker.
Ah,
That's fit. But yeah, we got the Shaq OG Phoenix jersey. And with the 10th pick, a little bit of a controversial pick maybe, but
Shadipe.
I have them taking Killian Hayes, the
How's
point
that
guard from
controversial?
France. Because
Why would that be controversial?
I don't know.
What? Because of Chris Paul?
Yeah, the recency bias might say, well, they don't really need a point guard because they got Chris Paul. But, I mean, how many years does he really have left? Maybe not right off the bat he'll make impact, but, he's a playmaker. He's a very good shooter. from what I saw. He's also a decent passer. Not a terrific passer, but decent. I think that for Phoenix going forward, I mean, they're one of the best young talent teams in the league, and they proved that in the bubble last year with Booker and Ayton. And then you add Killian Hayes to that. If they can develop, that'll be a really strong big three in years to come. So for the long-term plans, I think that it's best that the Suns take Killian Hayes.
Personally, I think that's a terrible pick. I have them taking Isaac Okoro out of Auburn. Listen, why do they need a point guard? They got Chris Paul there. Like, say he only's got 2 years left in him. Draft a guy next year. Draft a guy in 2 years. You don't need to draft him right now at this moment. I mean, and they got Cam Payne. Are you kidding me? Cam Payne's like the greatest basketball player of all time. I have not seen, like, one person who doesn't think Cam Payne is going to be a Hall of Famer. Are you kidding me? I'm just playing. Cam Payne sucked with the Bulls. He was god-awful, and we traded Taj Gibson for him.
I saw him play in person at a Windy City Bulls game.
Yeah, because he was terrible and belonged in the G League. But I have him taking Isaac Okoro. I mean, they got a big man in DeAndre Ayton and Frank Kaminsky. They can do well, and then they got Devin Booker and Chris Paul. I'm thinking they're missing a small forward. Well, Michael Bridges, he might be able to fill that gap. I don't think so. I think they take Isaac Okoro.
All right, Will, who you got them taking at 10?
William?
Oh, the Suns. This is where you guys are gonna get mad at me. I took Obi Toppin here, so he fell a bit on my board.
At 10. You have Obi.
He is a hater.
Stay there. You have Obi Toppin at 10. Are you kidding me?
Dude, I'm not a hater. I like.
Are you kidding me?
10.
10.
We all had him at 4 or 5.
10.
You had him double that.
10.
All right. I mean, I think he's super small. He's gonna have to be a 3 or a 4. He's not gonna.
Okay, but he has the skill set of a 3.
He should be a 3.
He's
too slow to be a 3.
He was a 4 in college that had a skill set of a 3.
Jesus, Will.
You could probably compare him
Obi
like
Toppin.
Kawhi Leonard.
And you have double O at 3. Are you kidding me?
He's a good defender at all. He's a horrible defender.
Okay, maybe not.
So what? This is an offensive league.
He's gonna be a liability on defense.
So is Zach.
There's no defense played in this.
There's
league.
no defense when the NBA. Like,
It's
look
the
at Zach
cupcake league.
LaVine. He's all offense.
It's 120 pieces a night.
Yeah,
Granted, I get that's why the
Zach
Bulls
LaVine's
don't
super
take
overrated,
Obi
so-
because you can't have 2 defensive liabilities on the court. I mean, granted, every team has one. So
Every team has at
I
least
don't-
half of their starting roster.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
All right.
Okay.
11.
11th. This is the San Antonio Spurs.
Ooh, is Pop still a coach? Is he not retired yet?
He is not retired yet.
You know what? I'm going to call this right now. When Greg Popovich retires, Becky Hammon will be named the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs and be the first woman head coach in NBA history. I'm calling it right now.
Really?
It will happen. I'm just going to say it will happen.
Like kind of the
It's a
prediction.
bold prediction.
That's my prediction. A lot of people might say Tim Duncan because he's on that staff. I think it'll be Becky Hammon, and like the Spurs will get like, it will be like the biggest move in sports. Just like you saw the Marlins just hired a female GM. I'm just saying.
Why are we talking about female coaches right now? Let's get on with the mock
Yeah,
here.
it's the mock draft. We're not talking.
I can still make my point, but go.
It's good to. Okay.
Who do you have your 11?
At 11, I don't really know what this team needs because there's no real player at their position available. But I have been taking Devin Vassell, shooting guard from Florida State. They got DeRozan at the shooting guard, but DeRozan can't shoot. So I think they definitely need some shooting. I mean, he shot 42% from 3 in college. Definitely a big role player for them once he comes in the league, and then they could definitely develop him into being more than that. But I think that, they got DeJounte Murray at the point. Obviously, they got Aldridge.
Aldridge is old, though, like really old.
Yeah. How many good years left he's got? Who
None.
knows?
Dude, ESPN, their stupid ads come up all the time. Like they like Big Cat was talking about on part of my take. They like override your mute. Alright, go Will. Alright, I'm up.
My pick,
Yeah,
did you
you're
go?
up.
I'm up at 11. My bad. I'm going with another forward. But this one's from Villanova, Shadiq Bey at 11. So listen, I mean.
Yep, that's who I went.
All right, Will, do you want to give it? I said he shot almost close to 50% in college, and
I mean, he's a classic 3 and D guy. I mean,
yeah, I like Sadiq Bey here. Pat, you were saying he's the most underrated player in the draft.
That was Will.
Oh, that was Will?
Yeah.
That was me.
Oh, my bad. I thought that was you, Pat. Nah, I agree with you, Will. He's pretty underrated. Like, Jay Wright has been able to make some
Yeah, I
great
was watching
guys.
some of his defense. His off-ball defense is really, really good. I mean, and his on-ball. I mean, it's just overall defense, but especially his off-ball defense is
I mean,
really good. He's a great perimeter shooter. He's a pretty good mid-range shooter as well. I think his game translates perfectly to.
I mean, Jay Wright has
heading.
Jay Wright has proved that he can produce NBA players. Michael Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, Phil Booth. I mean, like, he can make NBA
Omari
players.
Spellman.
Oh yeah, Omari Spellman. Can't forget him.
He's bad.
Oh, Ryan Arcandiacono for the Bulls.
And then Kyle Lowry, long time
oh yeah,
Raptor.
he's proven that he can produce NBA talent.
And not only produce NBA talent, because he obviously, Villanova doesn't get like the top guys. He can develop them to win national championships and then go into the NBA. So I'd say, and you might take this the wrong way, I'm not saying all-time great. I think Jay Wright is the best college coach right now. I'm not talking all-time, obviously that's Coach K. Right now, I think Jay Wright is the best college coach in the game.
It's not a very bold statement.
I'd have him definitely.
I would probably agree you on that.
I definitely have him in the top 3. I still think you have to have Coach K at number 1 just because, like, he is so good at recruiting.
Because of recruiting, yeah.
Same thing with Calipari, but Calipari hasn't done anything really since Cat.
Not really.
But, like, he's produced NBA players.
De'Aaron Fox.
Calipari, I think,
Decent.
is the best at producing NBA players that are quality in the
SGA.
league.
No doubt. That's one and done.
He is the best at creating, like,
Right there.
superstars in the NBA, like players that have longevity in the league.
Derrick Rose. I mean, obviously not.
Rajon Rondo.
Rajon Rondo. No, he went to Kentucky,
Yeah,
but he wasn't the coach.
DeMarcus Cousins.
Why are we talking about Coach Cal?
Oh my
Let's
god.
focus here, boys.
We only have a couple picks left. It's not like we're wasting too much time. And we knew it would be a short show, so, I mean...
Why not?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you have 12? Have you done your 11th pick yet, Will?
He did Sadiq Bey.
Alright. Pat, Sacramento Kings, the most sorry franchise in NBA history.
In contention with the Cleveland Browns as being the worst franchise in American sports as of the last few decades or so.
Pat, guess what? So, you claimed Baker is a bust.
Yes.
I don't agree with you. His team is 6-3 right now. Mitch Trubisky's sitting on the bench at a 5-5 team right now.
What I mean by he's the bigger bust, I'm saying, like, coming out of college, did we really expect Trubisky to be that great?
No, but when you trade up for him and give up what the Bears
He
gave
was the
up
number
for,
2 overall pick, and they traded
exactly,
up for him.
I'm just saying,
exactly. He's the bigger bust.
I'm just saying, like,
he got him to the playoffs in his second year.
Yeah, he got to the playoffs too. And
Mayfield hasn't gone to the playoffs,
Alright,
but his team is
let's
6-3.
keep it
Okay.
moving.
Mayfield took an 0-16 team to 7-8-1.
I'm
That's
saying
pretty impressive.
the drop off of like the expectation to reality for Baker is a lot bigger than for Mitch. But we already mentioned that. I can agree you won that debate. But
That's dumb.
But I
That's
won.
dumb.
I won. The Bears are an imposter.
Oh yeah,
I
for
won
sure.
that.
Oh,
for sure.
for sure.
Yeah, they've lost four
I was
straight.
drinking that Bears Kool-Aid. I was drinking Bears Kool-Aid for sure.
Yeah.
12.
Anyway, on the number 12, I have them taking Sadiq Bey here too. I mean, at point guard, they're great with De'Aaron Fox. They got a shooter. They got Buddy Hield. Not really a center in the area worth taking, worth mentioning. So I have them taking Sadiq Bey here. I mean, as you two mentioned, just a classic 3-and-D guy, what a lot of teams could use, like a Robert Covington. Just a guy that he's a great role player, and Jay Wright is very good at developing college players into not superstars in the NBA, but viable pieces. And I think that they have another one here with Sadiq Bey.
I have him taking Aaron Naismith. I mean, listen, this team there's a bunch of notable guys. Like, looking at this is honestly like a college all-star team. Yogi Ferrell, De'Aaron Fox, Kyle Guy. I mean, Buddy Hield's proven himself in the league, but Corey Brewer, Marvin Bagley, Harrison Barnes. Once again, he's proven himself. But Jabari Parker, that's really a college all-star team.
Pretty much.
Well,
Is this number 12?
yeah, Sacramento.
All right. Oh man. All right, I'm gonna switch it. I don't like this one. All right, I'm gonna go Devin Vassell here. You kind of already explained him, so I don't know if we have to go too deep into that one, but
Got anything
I
else
like
to
him.
add? Okay.
I'm not gonna go too deep. 13th for the Pelicans. I also have Vassell, so
13 for the Pelicans. I have them taking Jaden McDaniels. I know they just drafted Zion, but really, when you think about it, what else does this team need?
What?
They just traded for Eric Bledsoe and George Hill.
I
They already had
I don't have
Lonzo.
my notebook from like the last episode where I could put terrible pick, but if I had it, I'd say terrible pick. Go on.
This is probably gonna be my biggest miss of the draft, but at this point, this draft just isn't that deep. I don't know who else they would really take. I mean, however long Bledsoe is gonna stay there with Hill and Lonzo Ball, I mean, there's 3 point guards right there. They definitely don't need that. They'll probably move one of them to the 2. Obviously they got Zion, but the Pelicans they don't really have a ton of options here. So I think they're just gonna go on best available player, and based on what I've seen, based on the energy he gives on defense, he played at Washington. Obviously Markelle Fultz was a
What is
bust, but
Jaden McDaniels the best available player there?
I don't know. I was just this is probably gonna be my biggest miss of the
At
draft.
least 10, 12 guys I can name better
This
than
is what I think. It's a bad pick. Taking Jaden McDaniels at 14 or at 13. Bad pick. You got Zion. What are you doing, Pat? What are you doing?
I don't know. They might.
Bad pick.
He's 6'9", so they might move him. They could move him to the 3, I guess. I don't know. I probably missed on this pick. I got lazy on this pick. I got lazy at 13. That's all I can say. Next pick.
I think we have to hold him acceptable. He got lazy.
Is it me or who is it?
Will, you're up. I mean, they got Jahlil Okafor.
Yeah.
Jahlil. Honestly, this is another college. Dude, the Sixers should trade for J.J. Redick again. Will!
Oh, I forgot about Brandon Ingram.
Hey, where'd Will go? Did Will leave?
Oh, he said his iPad died.
Ah. Well, that's an L. So we have lost Will, so I think we have one pick left. I think we both have the same pick.
Yes.
Based on, you know what? We both have the same pick, so I'm thinking, do we just say our pick and then we just wait for Will if he comes back?
Are you confident that we have the same pick?
Oh, looks like he's just FaceTiming.
And we have Will back.
What's up?
We have Will now on the FaceTime instead of the Zoom. Why won't it let me enlarge you? There we go. Don't pause us.
Hold on. Just trying to get myself.
You know what? Let's just talk about our pick. At 14, Pat and I have going to Will's Boston Celtics. We have them taking the point guard out of North Carolina.
Oh, Anthony.
But he shows a Michael Jordan jersey. That doesn't make sense.
It's a North Carolina jersey. Played in North Carolina.
Will, what do you think about us taking Cole Anthony for the Boston Celtics? Do you like that?
I originally had Cole Anthony there, but I actually switched it. So
For who?
I actually like.
For who?
For who?
I haven't even made my 13th pick yet.
Oh yeah, you.
I'm sorry.
you died. Or you
All
died.
Right. All right, I'm gonna make 2 in a row here. 13, I'm gonna go Kira Lewis Jr. from Alabama,
No,
No, they
no.
the point guard.
He's the worst Colin Sexton.
I was surprised he
He's
was
with Alabama.
that high in mock drafts.
What?
Dude, I think he goes like 20, Lewis.
Yeah.
Dude, he's super fast. He's super good around the
Okay, Usain Bolt is super fast. How did he do in the NBA celebrity game? Not well.
All right. Do you want me to go 14, or are you trying to explain Cole Anthony here?
You go 14,
no 14.
and then we'll explain.
Okay, 14. And this is who I really want him to take here. Just as a Celtics fan. Tyrell Terry from Stanford.
Who?
Tyrell Terry.
Who is this man?
I've never heard of him. I don't even think. Wait.
Maybe that's who you take with your second round pick instead of like Dwight Powell.
Wait.
Or like, second round pick, you take Devin Dotson. Devin Dotson's the most underrated player.
Devin Dotson.
Oh, Pat's gonna be. Oh, the Jayhawks!
I didn't brought out my
They
shirt.
lost to
like
my Kansas Jayhawks.
My Kansas Jayhawks. Oh, it's the same shirt as last time.
You were in the.
I'm wearing the same Notre Dame shirt I did last time.
Pat, Well, did you see that? When Pat
He was at the
banged on
show.
his chest. Yeah, when Pat banged on his chest so hard, and Will just goes, "Jesus, bro, is your chest okay?"
Words of wisdom from Will.
Bro,
McHale.
dude, like Pat, I thought like you gave yourself like a heart attack. Like
Yeah.
you hit it hard.
Yeah, no,
like,
I heard the mic when I slapped my chest. I was amazed how loud it was.
you made the mic
You guys know who
vibrate.
Tyrell Terry is.
Who is this Tyler?
They have
Perry?
him. Oh, they have him going 18th to Dallas.
All right, I don't follow the NBA that closely. I don't know who Tyrell Terry is.
All right.
I never heard of him, but
But Cole Anthony, Pat, you explain Cole Anthony. I like him because he's actually a named brand player. Like everyone knows him.
absolutely, he's too good to not be a lottery pick. I mean, coming out of high school, he was one of the top 5.
Hey, take RJ Hampton. He fell from like the 3rd pick.
He was one of the top players coming out of high school. Obviously, had some injuries in college, but I mean, he's definitely his talent is undeniable. I mean, he's a great passer, great court vision. Obviously, you got Kemba Walker in Boston, but you could definitely play guards together in Boston.
Oh, he wouldn't start.
No, I wouldn't start definitely, but great backup point guard. I don't think that I'd say they take a chance on him. I think he's too good to get passed up, and I think everyone else. You got Gordon Hayward, obviously. Like I said, there's not a lot of great centers in this draft, so I just think Cole Anthony, if you're going for best available player, you definitely take him.
All right, well, Cole Anthony, you have Tyrese Terry. Why?
Tyrell Terry.
Tyrell Terry?
I think he's going to be one of the best shooters in this draft, dude. He's got, like,
It's like a
insane
tongue
range.
twister. Tyrell Terry.
Insane
Tyrell
range.
Terry.
Say that 5 times fast. Tyrell Terry. Tyrell
And
Terry.
he's-
Tyrell Terry.
Tyrell Terry.
Solid
Oh
passer.
my gosh, Tyrell Terry. Ugh.
Dude, it's hard. Tyrell Terry. Tyrell Terry. Tyrell Terry.
Tyrell Terry. Tyrell Terry. Tyrell Terry. Tyrell Terry.
You got it.
The only thing is he's super small, so, whatever.
You know what? For like the last 5 minutes, let's just talk about like known guys in college. Where'd they go? Where's Devin Dotson go?
Kansas.
What?
What NBA team plays in Kansas?
Wait.
where does
I
he
thought
go
you-
in the
I thought
draft?
you said where they
Earl-
went to college.
No, early 2nd round,
Oh.
late 1st round, late 2nd round.
Well, I don't know exactly where they're gonna go.
I know. Well,
Dotson?
yeah.
Gotta be second. I mean, I don't think he's going first round. Maybe.
He's not going 1st round.
He's
He's,
going-
he's mid to early 2nd, I would say.
This draft has him going 29th to
Really?
Toronto.
Really?
Yes.
What website?
NBADraft.net.
That's
I don't
really,
think Cole Anthony's going to the lottery, by the way, guys.
I think he is. I think the Celtics take him.
I don't think so.
I disagree.
I think the Celtics either take Hampton or trade it. I don't know. We'll see.
Hampton over.
Jalen Smith.
Wait. The Celtics take Jalen Smith.
Yeah, I think they could.
That actually might make sense.
Where does Nico Mannion from Arizona go?
Oh, he's
Late first.
Late 1st? I think he's early 2nd.
Okay, where does I gotta find. Does Cassius Winston get drafted?
Yes.
Yeah.
Drafted?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like very late in 2nd round.
No.
Yeah.
He'll go early second.
Alright.
Second.
Trey Jones, where's he going?
I'm gonna say mid-second round.
Marcus Howard, Marquette.
I don't think he's getting drafted.
No, he'll probably be
Really?
undrafted.
No, he's getting drafted 2nd round.
I don't think so.
Peyton Pritchard, Oregon.
Early second.
Mid-second.
Daniel Alturo, Minnesota.
Late second.
Nah, I say mid-second for him.
See, at the beginning of the year, I saw him like really high up on draft boards. I don't know what happened to him.
All
So
right.
I would say early second.
Pat Scott, Kansas. Oduka and Zabuke.
Early second round.
No. Late if he gets drafted.
He's getting
He's literally
drafted.
Shaq.
Are you kidding
He's
me?
literally Shaq.
All right,
I don't
final
think he's gonna
one.
get drafted.
Final one, Lamar Stevens, Penn State.
Late second round.
He's not getting picked.
I don't think he's getting
Where
picked.
are you pulling these names from? There's no way Lamar Stevens gets picked.
NBA Draft Night has him going 52. I don't think he's getting picked. All right, I have one. If Ayo Dosunmu was in this draft, where would he go?
If he was in this draft,
Yeah.
he'd probably be a
He would've
borderline
gone
lottery
late
pick.
Ayo Dosunmu, borderline lottery pick in this draft?
Maybe.
No, if he would have been a borderline lottery pick, he would have just went into this draft.
He would have gone into the draft.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
He was not even going to get picked. I think he was going to go like late second.
Yeah, same thing with Kofi wasn't going to get picked. I think Io will be a lottery pick next year. So will Luka Garza.
Oh, Luka Garza took his name out because people thought he wouldn't get picked.
Yeah. Hey, Pat, they have Jaden McDaniels going 17, so you weren't far off, but really at 13?
That's
a little shaky. I would put Jalen Smith over him.
I'm going to see the best player they have that I left out of my mock draft. The best player left out mine.
Who's they?
NBA Draft.
NBA Draft.net. The highest selected player that I did not have was Kyra Lewis.
I had him.
Yeah.
Oh, Tyrese Maxey. I should have had him on. Tyrell Terry's.
I was thinking about it.
All right.
Where's Terry?
Oh, it was 18
How
Dallas.
was Terry ranked 37th on ESPN? Whatever. All right.
I think we can call the show.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. This has been the Zoomer Sports NBA Draft show, pre-show. The draft's on at what time is it on tonight, Will?
6:30, I think they said.
Alright, it's on at 6:30. And make sure you turn off Woj notifications on Twitter so he doesn't spoil the picks for you. Pat and Will, any final thoughts before I close it up?
Can't wait. It's going to be an exciting draft, very unpredictable draft, and I can't wait to see the selections made by the teams. It's been much anticipated for.
It has not, but I will
It's been a long wait.
argue with you there. All right. Good set. All right. See you boys later.
Alright, well, you going to be back in studio next episode?
Yeah.
Hopefully. Alright. This is Andrew calling it for Zoomer Sports. We'll see you in the next episode.